Man, welcome to another Thursday edition of the Life Show with the Hitters. I am the one, the only DJ Key Product.
It's your boy, DJ D Wiz.
Yes, and Jay Way is somewhere around here doing his thing, but hey, he'll be joining us. He'll be joining the show pretty soon. Man, before we get into anything, make sure y'all, if you're listening on Underground Hitters Radio, download that free Hitters Radio app for both iPhone and Android. And
just straighten up.
Yeah, make sure y'all download that Android app. It's Hittas Radio app.
Yeah, Hitters Radio.
And that's also for iPhone users too.
Or you can tune in on the website, www.undergroundhitters.com. And you can watch us live and direct on Facebook, facebook.com/The Life Show.
Yeah.
Straight like that. Man, Wiz, how you doing?
Y'all got
feeling great.
Too.
Say again?
Oh, yeah.
What you say? I didn't hear.
Y'all got a tribute coming
Oh,
up.
yeah. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
But man, I'm feeling good.
Man, I'm good, too.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Let me get the continuity out the way. Because,
Yeah.
they're like, what you doing with your mask? I never seen you with your mask on, bro. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Man, I'm good.
Man, feeling good, being good, all good.
Man.
So,
man, what topics we got for tonight, man? Let the people know, like, we going to get real tonight. Because this is the Life Show.
yeah.
Hey, you already know what it is. And big shouts out to Tyrone. You know what I'm saying? Man, Tyrone Brown.
Yeah,
Hey.
big bro Ty.
You know what it is.
Yeah, so I know Ty over here, he just macking. Got my nerves
Man,
twisted.
eating
'cause
ribs over there. He over there eating ribs. Yeah.
Making me upset. I done had McDonald's early in the morning. And that's been sitting in my stomach. Now it's going to wear out by the time I get home.
You eat afterwards, you know.
Man, but let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay.
I've been lately listening to Smoking Out the Window by Bruno Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
You know, y'all know who that is. That's Silk Sonic.
You know, songs all over the radio right now.
Yeah.
So
y'all listen to that. It's basically about a guy that's got played.
Yeah.
By a female.
Yeah.
And he been buying her this, that, and the third because of how you feel about her.
Yeah.
And now she basically taking advantage of him.
Yeah, it be like that sometimes. It be like that.
Yeah, but I think what we need to focus on is the fact that some of us don't know how to say no. When it comes to like spending like material stuff on a woman, just off the good of our heart, but she don't really give anything back.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is that time and attention back.
Yeah.
It's about time for you to say no. You know, and I think for that, that's coming from people who say no too late. Like, because now you stuck in your emotions about it.
Yeah.
And because of that, and because you stuck in your emotions about it, you want to take down everything else. If you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why in the middle he go close to the end before he gets back to the chorus. They have a part where he goes, I hope you walk around barefoot in these streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know it was a shot, but it was also another sign I'm giving you back to the streets.
That too, and plus, just him being hurt. You know, being hurt by being played, just due to the fact that he was played. But I think a lot of guys do it beforehand to try to get the girl.
Beforehand?
Yeah. You know, the lavish lifestyle, showing them that, you know, if you get with me, you get all this.
Yeah, but what happens when all the glitz and glamour and stuff and all that is gone? Like, how you gonna continue that lifestyle when a piece of it is gone and she feel like things is not the same?
Well, what was the question? Like, how was it?
How can you get how can you continue the glitz and glamour? Because a lot of us tend to show off what we got before everything gets, serious, especially since there's a point where y'all both got to show that y'all like each other, right?
Right.
And if you're the one who's showing the most time and attention, basically showing your hand by like also, in addition to showing time and attention, you also trying to impress.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But she's only with you because you're impressing her, not because you're showing time and attention.
Well, now you got to reevaluate whatever the purpose is.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, at least some guys rather, they really are pursuing a relationship. They just probably don't know how to ask.
Exactly.
And so, because of fear of rejection, and especially the way the climate is now, if you don't have this or you don't have that, you don't have a chance. At all. So, things like it's become more. Relationships have become more materialistic. At least in my eyes, it's become more materialistic, and it's become more of a what can you do for me now?
Yeah.
Or what have you done lately?
Okay.
Versus, okay, how can we come together and build something?
Okay, so how would you say? And another thing, we got closed captions on here, so
yeah.
See, look, as I'm talking right now, I can see the words going by, and that's good. I like that. That's real. That's some new stuff right there.
Hey, we expanding over here.
But to add on what you were saying, it's got to be a point where you have to say like no, and also be upfront, because a lot of us tend to, not like rejection.
Well, no, nobody likes rejection. It's just, first of all, it goes back to what we said like months ago.
Yeah.
And Tyrone made this point too. These days, a lot of people don't know who they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's an identity thing. So before really pursuing a relationship, know who you are.
Okay.
And know what you want.
Right.
So, there's a lot of people settling because they want the title. And they feel like they'll get some sort of validation from having the title of being in a relationship. So, that's just how I view it. But what about you? How do you view it?
I view it as closed mouths don't get fed.
No.
So it's like you gotta say, at this day and age, you gotta say how you feel. Like context clues is not in no more. It came one day and it's gone the next day.
Yeah.
So right now people are more upfront about it. Like, tell me how you feel. Like I'm done with the how you say innuendos.
That and subliminals.
Right. So it's like you gotta be upfront. You gotta tell me how you feel, and if you don't, then you can't get mad when I don't get the hint.
Right.
So yeah. So that's how it is. And for one, the way I see it, if you don't come out here and show that you feel a certain way about a girl, and you just sticking to trying to impress her for her to stick around, that's doomed for failure.
Yeah.
Because not only that, let's say that's the only thing that she like about you.
Is what you have.
Yeah.
That's a red flag.
And then but you don't see it. See, Ty said that's a red flag, but you don't see it.
Right.
But you don't see it at first. And then once that lifestyle starts to drag, and she starts to, distance herself from you.
Right, because you can't no longer buy this or because you can no longer
buy that.
because you can no longer buy the Birkland bags.
Right.
You can no longer buy the expensive jewelry.
Versace.
Yeah, like Ty said, the Versace. Or the cars, or
right.
this, that, and the third. You can no longer do that. For me,
What is
you have to be special in order for me to splurge like that.
what she got to do, man? What she got to do?
Well, first, no, seriously.
Because even Tad looking at you like,
Seriously.
what she got to do?
No, you have to be special. Like, first, we have to establish the kind of relationship we have. You know, I'm not gonna use money or all of this to try to reel you in.
Yeah.
You know, everybody got money.
Mm-hmm.
May not be as much as Wiz, may not be as much as Ty, may not be as much as Jay, but we all got something in our wallet. So I don't want to show that right away. I want to show you who I am first.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So that's why I'm saying, like, don't show your hand before you actually get in good with each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because most of the time that's the same plan that some women use in relationships. Like, I'm not going to show you my attributes unless I'm serious with you.
Right. That's to be earned. That's, you know, as far as like the materials and stuff, like,
yeah,
you know, earn it. You know, let's get to know each other first.
Yeah.
What would I look like? What would I look like spending, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars on a Bentley, and I don't even know your last name? What would that look like?
Man.
What would that look like?
Right.
It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. So I'm all about, because if it doesn't make sense, then
you can't make $1.
Right.
Y'all ain't get it. See, that went over y'all head. See,
man, if it don't make sense, you don't have $1. Like Will said. So, hey.
But for one, I think that's what I mean when I say some of the guys out here is playing the dating game wrong by showing what we got materialistically rather than emotionally.
Mm-hmm. You ever ask yourself, like, you ever stop and ask yourself, why is that? Why that is?
I think it was because we got so into wanting to impress. We got so into wanting to impress that we start to lose the female in what we trying to gain.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like companionship. And that's why in reverse, when the girl sees it, they think we only after one thing, and that's the box.
Yeah.
So it's that point of communication that got cut off for all of us.
Yeah.
So, and I ain't talking about y'all that already got girlfriends and boyfriends and all that. We not talking to y'all.
Right. Exactly.
But if y'all see somebody that's in this type of predicament, share the video. But tag them, matter of fact, in the video.
Because this is for them.
Right.
Go to the tribute.
Oh yeah. You guys, this is a special show. For those that don't know, I lost my father last Monday. I'm not sad about losing my father, but I know the kind of father that I had something that a lot of people didn't have, and that was a father that was present, a father that was active. Because you can be present and not be active, you know. So I want to give a special thank you to everybody that sent their condolences. Ty being one of them, Wiz, you know, my family over here at Underground Hittas Radio, from my family to you all, man, we appreciate the sympathy and everything. My father would have wanted me to continue to strive for greatness, and that's exactly how I will honor him, and I will continue to do so. So, man, I'm dedicating this show to my father, Wilburt Jarmon Jr., and man, there it is. So
there's a tribute. The tribute is up on the screen now.
Okay.
For everybody that's watching.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there he is. There he is. Y'all can see that's a picture of my father with the guitar. He was a guitar player, so that was what he did for a living. He worked other jobs, but you know his dream was musician, and so he got to live his dream. And I'm doing the same thing with DJing. Hey, that's how I make my living and everything. That's what I like to do, and I'm doing what I love to do. And so that was one thing he wanted us to do, was something that we enjoy doing. And yeah, that's what's up.
We got a TV magic right there.
Man, hey, you already know what it is, man.
News over here, y'all. It's the
news.
news.
Yeah, you see it. Man.
We wanted to create a special
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, special layout.
Oh yeah. I see some of the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Thank you. This is
That's my mom.
Novella.
That's my mom.
Oh, thank you to
Yeah.
Mama Wiz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my cousin down there. My funny cousin right there. A lot of.
Yeah. Man, appreciate it. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It means a lot for real.
Definitely means a lot.
Yeah.
Hey, so one thing now I want you to like just give a little glimpse of like how it was like with y'all as a
growing up.
Yeah.
Oh man, growing up, it was great.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up, I'm not gonna sit here and be like everybody else. I had a rough childhood. This and nah. I actually had a really great childhood.
That's good.
And even up until recently,
mm-hmm.
My father would give advice with life, with career, with everything. So he was like a counselor, a therapist.
Yeah.
He was all of that and more. And so a lot of people knew my father as a musician and a teacher because he taught Sunday school at my church home, which is Fellowship.
Right.
And so all throughout the years, he was involved in different programs and different, divisions and departments at the church. And so he was real active in the church,
mm-hmm.
Seeing him working jobs and stuff.
Yes.
And there was one thing, because I would say for like a good chunk of my childhood, he was working for Pepsi.
Right.
And so there was one summer, I remember it, the summer of 2005. I was transitioning from 6th grade to 7th grade.
Yeah.
Me and my brother got to go with him, working at Pepsi and stuff. So that was how we spent our summer. We got paid every week for what we were doing. But we saw how, just how he was as a salesman and how he was interacting with everybody and everything. And so a few of the people, and even he has said this too, he always was like, position yourself to where you ain't got to work like real hard and where it's strenuous on your body.
Stress.
Yeah, and stress. And so, he was like, whatever it is you want to do, and he was supportive too. Like, whatever it is you want to do it.
Okay.
And so when we got into music, he was giving us advice on music because we've been in the studio with him a couple of times as kids, as well as when we were doing our thing. Like, there's been a few songs that my brother has recorded to where my dad actually played the bass line to it and played the guitar line to it. So, so growing up, I can truly say he taught me and Jay how to be men, which is something that you really don't see these days. And it's kind of sad that we see a lot of guys do things and handle certain situations not like how real men handle certain situations. And so it's really starting to bother me, like, man, this is what y'all do now? Like, this, it never was like this growing up. So I'm glad that I grew up in the era that I grew up in. And here's Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are doing a tribute to Pops. And so growing up with a father and growing up with, like I said, an active father, it was amazing. And so I'm grateful to have experienced him. And so, like I said, during this time, like, people been asking, like, man, are you okay? Like, are you sad about that? No. I made peace with everything, and hey, it was God's will for him to go home. And so there it is.
So I got a question. So how did he put y'all into active in the church? Like, how did he incorporate y'all into the church?
Because
I know Jay, he played the drums and everything.
Yeah.
So he put y'all into like church, or was that like an outside activity?
I mean, well, both of our parents, raised us in the church.
Right. Our family, both sides of our family was raised in church.
Both sides.
Both mom and pop side.
Okay.
So, But as a kid, you know, I was in different, you know, activities and stuff like I would say like doing plays. There's been a couple of times where I played instruments in church. The most recent was 2 years ago. I played piano, but I was like I was substituting for somebody. So, you know, they ended up still being there. They was like, oh no, you can still play and everything. But that was pretty much it as far as like me being, you know, active in the church and everything. Plus he was a deacon as well.
Yeah.
You know, Pops was a deacon, and then, you know, like I said, him being a musician, and then at one point, you know, our mother was in the choir, and so, you know, that was kind of how they met, and, you know, rest is history.
History, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so how would y'all say that a parent who hasn't prepared their child for their passing, like, do you think that that's something that's not going to be, you know, because you can't predict anything for somebody passing and everything,
Right?
But say that they're like really sick, and they haven't really prepared their children for the worst, like them passing or anything, or getting them through a relative or some, you know, someone that they really care about passing away. Do you feel like if they haven't done that in their life, then they've partially failed as a parent?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that they failed as parents, but I mean, you do want to prepare your child to live life independently or on their own, because you're not always going to be here,
right?
And so, you know, I guess unconsciously, in some way, parents are preparing their kids for that time.
Yeah.
You know, however you deal with it when it finally does happen, well, it's solely on you. I've seen people lose parents and they started drinking. They turned to drugs. That was their way of dealing with it. How I got through it rather, when it was my mother. First of all, when it was my mom, it hit me unexpectedly.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first couple of days in that week, I was messed up.
Mm.
I didn't do anything like to cope.
Too out of the ordinary.
Right, out of the ordinary to cope. I just, okay, this is what it is, and I accepted it. When it was my dad, I made peace with it before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I see it's heading in this direction, so let me say I love you and give him his flowers now.
Yeah.
And prepare mentally. So that was what I did. And that's why, and I inherited a lot of strength with loss from my father. So, you know, that's why I'm able to continue to function, continue to smile and crack jokes and all this other stuff, you know. And there it is.
Yeah. What about you? What about you, Jay?
Repeat the question.
Man, you almost made me forget the question. So, do you think that a parent who doesn't prepare their child for their passing has failed partially failed as a parent?
Because you don't know when your time is gonna come. We was just, for our parents passing, we were just in a position of knowing, because for our mother's passing, the doctors told us that she only had like 6 months to a year to live. Mm-hmm. So we had a time frame. Even though she exceeded that time frame, she ended up living for a year and a half, right? Almost 2 years. Okay. And then with our father, he kind of was prepared. He prepared us for his demise when our mother passed. He was like, "Look, this is what I want: X, Y, Z, A, B, C, and y'all follow this when it's my time." Mm-hmm. So when it finally came, we knew what to do. Right. You know, and then even the months and weeks leading up to his passing, he was still reiterating, "Hey, this is what I want. Yeah. This is what I want. This is what y'all do. Take care of that business." So, right. But yeah, you can't prepare for like death like that because you don't know when you're gonna die. Like nobody knows.
Right, nobody.
So, but I would say like it is very important to have life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Health
Have
insurance.
life insurance.
Mhm.
Very important to have a will written down.
Mhm.
And just whoever you're going to give your estate and your belongings to,
Right.
you know, let that person know and then have it in writing. So it's no, hey, it's no argument.
Well, I was promised this,
Right,
and,
no.
and they said they were gonna give me
everything's in writing.
Yeah.
And hey, we sticking to this piece of paper.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, but no, they don't fail. Like, because you just don't know. But you should put
prepare.
yourself in position for whenever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I know for me, when I found out, because my great grandma passed like during September, and that was when I came back from my birthday, thing when I was up in Orlando, and I came back, and a few days after that, they told me that she passed,
Mhm.
and I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't prepared to hear something like that, and not only that, I wasn't prepared to actually like go through. Like seeing somebody that I'm so used to seeing, like
Healthy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and now that when I think about it, that's why I asked the question, like, do you feel like for some people they fail partially as a parent when they not, they don't reiterate like, look, people are gonna, come and go out your life and everything, physically and spiritually. It's all a matter of how you continue on living your life afterwards and everything. So that's why I asked the question, to really have people understand, because I know it's people out here that's listening and everything.
Yeah.
They want to know like y'all insight on how it is and what steps to take and everything when stuff like that is like to happen, like especially if it's out of the blue.
Man.
It's kind of hard to explain because we kind of set up different. Like
Right.
people do ask us, like, man, how is it that you guys lost both parents and y'all cool? Like
y'all still moving and functioning.
It's like, I don't know. It's just hard to explain. Like I just see it as definitely preparation. Our folks prepared. Well, not our mother, but our father prepared us for his death. But I don't know. I guess God gave us a certain amount of strength that, like it is a sad moment, but we know that life goes on. All right. We can't stop our lives just because theirs ended.
Right.
We got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't know. We just have a certain level of willpower to just continue on.
Yeah.
And a certain amount of strength.
Yeah, like my brother said, it is hard to explain because, again, people grieve differently, and people go through that process the way that they go. There's no right or wrong way to grieve.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit some people until later, and it hits some people right away. But like I said, our father did prepare us for his passing, and in some way our mother prepared us as well. Like she would say certain things and it was like a hint. We didn't get it though, but she was hinting that my time is coming. And so I would say, looking back on it, I probably should have paid attention to those things. But again, like a lot of the strength that I have, I feel like I got from my father, just how strong he was dealing with like losing people, and so.
Is to chime in on your question. There is no good father or bad father, or good mother or bad mother.
Mm-hmm.
All it is misinformed parents.
Okay.
If they're not informed, how can they act out what they don't know?
Yeah.
And so, did nobody teach them? How can they know? But then there are negligent parents, that know information but just won't share. because they themselves are dealing with denial
Mm.
that they ain't gonna never die. But that is the undefeated foe, death.
Yeah.
Nobody has defeated death, only Jesus Christ.
Mm.
That's it, that's all. So when you come up against death, it's a sure battle.
Yeah.
No one is prepared for death. Nobody knows their expiration date. But when it happens, are you prepared? Have you made your peace? And we talk about it all the time. Oh, don't talk like that. I ain't gonna die. You don't know that.
Right.
Stop saying that. You don't know when you're gonna die. You don't know when you're gonna expire. Look, there's a pastor's wife that just passed away this morning. Then on top of that, my cousin lost her husband just last night. 2 people, less than 24 hours. They didn't know each other, but death is still undefeated to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, people.
All right.
I know some of them had some questions about that. They was asking me. So
Yeah.
I was like, tune in. You know?
Tune in.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of the day, it's about celebration. You know, it's not even a sad moment. It's just
Right. It's a
Perform.
celebration of life.
yeah.
An amazing, like a full life. You know, our dad lived a full life and he fulfilled his assignment and completed his assignment. So he's back home and he's reunited with my mother. So, man.
Before y'all get into tonight's topic, we can go to commercial and
Yeah.
then get set up.
All
So,
right.
we can go into.
All right. Well, look, we're gonna take this commercial break, but we'll be back.
That's what's up. We taking commercial breaks now. Man.
For the first time ever, people.
Hey.
All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
Yeah,
after
we're gonna
these
be
messages.
right back after these messages.
What's up, everybody? My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
And I'm Jackie Roper Jr.
Look, this Junior, man.
Baby.
Hey, let's get it. What we're coming to you today is talking about marketing and advertising. Look, Fox Glen Marketing is at your service for all of your podcasting, marketing, and advertising needs. Look, contact us at the number below. You won't regret it.
We got 2 numbers. We got a 219 number and we got a 317 number. If you need to talk to Tyrone Brown for the Gary, Indiana area, please reach out to him. This is a partnership that we are working from Gary to Indianapolis to develop small businesses, to make sure that we can get y'all creative marketing and small business development going. Podcasts, all of that, man. Whatever you got going, talk to us, let us know. We got a great following. We are trying to build together to where everybody friends become friends, to where you can reach out to the masses.
Definitely. So you don't want to miss. Look, Fox Glen Marketing and the Life Show. We about to go up. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
And I'm Jackie Roper Jr.
Look, keep it locked. Stay consistent.
Here we come, baby.
That was good.
That was a good one.
So we back.
Yeah, we back.
We back. I
Yeah.
hope y'all enjoyed that commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Shout out to Ty and the rest of the crew up in there for that TV magic right there.
Yeah, straight like that.
Straight like that and just like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, man.
TV and radio.
Yes, TV and radio,
Right.
man.
At the same time.
At the same
Moving
time.
up, man.
Yeah.
Definitely moving up.
Yeah.
Man, so
Yeah.
what y'all want to talk about, bro?
Well, tonight's topic is family demons. Well, we got 2 topics actually: family demons and masculine women.
Okay.
Man.
Family demons and masculine women. Elaborate that for the people.
So we're gonna start with the family demons.
All right.
Go
All
on.
right, cool.
How do you guys? Well, whenever like a family secret comes out, right?
Yeah.
Or skeletons that the family been trying to hide
Right.
suddenly pop out.
Yeah.
And it shakes your family to the core.
Mm-hmm.
How do you deal with that? Or how does your family deal with that?
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to start with?
We talking about like a major.
We're talking
Like,
something major that'll shake you to your core to where it definitely splits your family apart.
First off, if it's something that's like that, I think it's better that y'all come together as a family, not separate. But if it just so happened to do that, be the branch that helps, keep everybody, in contact, because for one, the secret came out. You can't really change the past. It's about what you do right now. If you still want to communicate and be in good graces with each other, go for that.
Yeah.
Even if the secret will it shook you to your core, you could take it some time to, sit back, think about it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, don't let it make you bitter.
So what if, I'm gonna throw this out there, what if there's a particular family member who did an injustice or did something just that your family's not used to another family member, and it gets out,
And it gets out.
And it's like,
Bring the mic up a little bit.
and it gets out, and once the family finds out about it, once the entire family finds out about it,
Yeah.
now people are choosing sides. They're like, either you with this side, who side with this family member who did the injustice or did the whatever, or you with this family member who was wronged. And they're forcing you to choose sides. Forcing you to choose sides, or if you're silent, they feel like you chose a side, which was the opposite side.
When it comes to that, I think both sides need to hold each other accountable for what was done, even if it's one side that's done the person wrong, but everybody see it in a different light. You still got to hold yourself accountable, because in a way, a lot of people tend to choose sides because they don't want to lose communication with this person. That they've been stuck behind a lot and kept a lot of secrets and everything. This your confidant. So I understand people want to choose sides, but at the end of the day, it's not a time to divide and everything. It's time to, reiterate and come back together and find a way. Like, I think personally, you can find a way to move on from that situation, but never forget.
Okay.
Just in case, that family problem comes back around in your life. But if it comes back around again, then you know exactly how to handle it. Then that's when you not really distance yourself, but have more. You got love. The love is there, but I'm going to keep you stay over here. I'm going to stay over here.
Yeah.
Do you think the family can come back for something like that?
Damn.
So where it's like, this has been going on for X amount of time, and everything is just now coming out, and it's like this person is around, and he or she is public enemy number one.
I think nobody should have power over you like that, because if somebody steps in the room, they change your whole emotion, then they have power over you.
Yeah.
So if they really public enemy number one in the family, then that means that family member has power over everybody in the family. Regardless if they say, oh, no, they ain't got no power over me. If they come in the room, if this person were to come in the room and you was the talkative, and then now that they come in, you like, all right, man, whatever. I ain't finna talk no more. You just lean back. Like, that means that they have power over you. And if you don't want them to have power over you, don't let them change your emotions.
Right.
Okay, so what if, I'm going to throw this scenario out there. What if what the family is going through, let's say you talking to somebody.
Right.
And so what if it seeps into that?
What you mean?
Like if you're in a relationship or something?
Yeah, and you tell this person you're talking to what's going on. And then they're starting to like look at this stuff and they like, man, this is a bit much. But when you tell them like, hey, I'm a wait to say something, or I want to be careful in what I say, then they turn on you and look at you a certain type of way. How do you handle that?
So you saying if you tell your significant other all the problems that's going on in the family, like a certain situation, they see that that's too much and they back out of the relationship?
They'll either back out or they look at how you're handling the situation and they turn on you. They like, man, you ain't who I thought you were. How do you handle that?
For one, here's what I say. If you're not I don't think nobody should tell their significant other family problems unless it's dire, unless it's like real dire.
But that's what I'm saying. Like it is dire. It's family demons. It's family demons.
Like somebody finna die.
Well,
No, it's more like
you ain't gotta die.
No.
But it's like it was like somebody wronged somebody, but the wrong was like so hardcore that it's like there's really no coming back from that.
If it's no coming back from something,
Well, it's coming. It's like it'll take a minute before like.
Then let it do that. Let it take a minute before.
But it's like you don't know though, because it's the magnitude of the wrong is just so.
Cause see how you putting it, I think it depends on the situation. Because for me, I wouldn't want to tell my significant other like my family problems. Because if I tell her the exact family member and we just so happen to be around them, I don't want them to feel awkward and everything. Because let's say that you did get into an altercation with that family member, and then you go off and tell your significant other everything that happened and y'all threw hands, y'all fought, y'all spit at each other, y'all and cops got involved and all that. But then once you told her, like say a few weeks later, you get back with that family member. Y'all talk, y'all hash it out, everything good, all the way down to a T. Now you got to go back and tell your significant other, like, hey, everything I hash things out. A lot of people will do that, but it's some that don't do that, and then they start to wonder why that family member that you was talking about and everything is at the family cookout.
Yeah.
So it's all on like if your significant, but the fact that you told your significant other, now they see it as how you gonna react to it.
But
and if you don't,
but they don't agree with how you react to it. So like, let's say you're considered the leader of your family, and people look to you for guidance and wisdom and stuff like that. And they want to hear your voice and hear you be vocal with whatever it is. But you like, I have my own way of doing it.
Yeah.
Or you have your own way of doing it. But they don't like how you're doing it. Because they want you to either say, hey, I'm with side A or side B, or they want you to do something. How do you handle that?
I feel like if you're the person that everybody come to, then that means you need to be neutral.
But they don't want you to be neutral.
The fact that they want you to be neutral, that I feel like, they don't want you to be neutral.
No, it's either
then that means
A or B.
Then that means,
and if you choose neutral, that means you're at A automatically.
That don't make no sense.
But I'm saying that's how they're coming at you.
Because if I'm the leader and I'm choosing sides, how am I a leader and I'm following somebody else's?
But I'm saying since you're neutral, these people, your family is saying, hey, you're just automatically with side A. So now you're up.
That's not cool at all. Because if I'm the person that everybody come to, I can't choose a side. I gotta be neutral. I gotta see both ends at both tails. Because if I end up choosing one side, that means that I'm not a leader no more. I'm a follower.
Okay. So now, going back to the family member who did the wrong. And I'm saying this is a wrong that's like almost, well, it's unforgivable.
Mm-hmm.
Do you forgive that person and say, hey, what you did was wrong and you do deserve punishment or help or whatever, but I still got love for you? Or do you say, hey, I'm gonna lay hands on you, you deserve what you get, that's it?
Now, when you say that, a lot of people tend to do it by throwing hands and then shaking up afterwards.
No, I'm gonna throw hands and I'm done with you. I don't know you know.
That ain't no, especially if you family. Here's why I say with you gotta forgive. Because it's not for them. It's not for them. It's for you. We keep on reiterating that to people that's tuning in and everything. You can't constantly hate somebody and not forgive because you putting in more work hating than you is forgiving.
Right, you don't heal that way either.
You can't heal that way. Mm-hmm. So you forgive because at the end of the day, it's not for them. It's for you. It's for your sanity. It's for you to clear your thoughts. Everything. I made peace with that.
Right.
Because a lot of people end up hating somebody for so long that they burned out on themselves. Now they wonder why they got all these medical issues going on with them, and it's because they burning themselves out because they so stressed out on how they finna handle this person when I see them in the streets and all that. And for one, I'm too lazy to hold a grudge on somebody nowadays. For real, like I'm serious. Like I can't hold a grudge. Hey, shout out to these closed captions again. Like I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
closed captions?
yeah, we got closed captions.
I never answered the question. You know, I didn't.
I know I was gonna go to you.
You know,
I was gonna go to you. But the fact is, you gotta forgive the person because it's not for them. It's for you, and for you to constantly hate on them and everything. That's more work and more stress on you than it is for them because all they had to do was step in the room and you taking your time and energy thinking about what they done you wrong on.
Yeah.
So it's really about you taking them steps to move on, and because you got to get to what God got for you. You got to get to what your life is set, your whole purpose is set for. You can hold the person accountable, but at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So,
well,
what you think?
Well, to first answer the original question, like how would you handle it?
Yeah.
You know, it's like what you said. Depending on the severity of the offense. Because one thing, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about me. One thing I don't do is take sides in no beef or no situation.
Mm-hmm.
I stay in the middle, which is what you should do.
Right.
But it really depends on the severity of the offense.
Right.
Now, stay in the middle, but at the same time, if people look to you for like leadership,
mm-hmm.
what you should say is, I know how y'all want to handle it, but I'm going to tell you right now, that ain't the right way to handle it.
Right.
There's a right way and a wrong way to deal. And what you want to do as far as laying hands on somebody, it's not going to do you any good.
Any type of good.
Because you got to think about the people that depend on you. You got to think about them. And a lot of the times we want to do what feels good.
Mm-hmm.
It's our ego. It's not logic. It's our ego. And at some point, when do you say no to your ego and say, you know what? Logically, I should go this route.
Right.
Because not only is it right, but it's healthy for me down the line. And you can heal.
Right, because you so charged up.
Right. And, you know, you want to be, and then too, you do want to be careful with what you say,
mm-hmm.
you know, because you just never really know how the person that's been wrong, how they may receive it.
Right.
You know?
Can I jump right in?
Before you jump.
Go ahead.
I know I say this because I know it's a lot of people that we talk to. I know that we talk to and they holding some type of grudge against somebody.
Yeah.
You got to focus on what's in front of you, because we got a lot of successful people that's out here that's trying to get to where they're going, but they too busy looking behind about the person that did them wrong. It's about moving on and getting to what is for you. The fact that they came in your life and they took you under their wing and everything, if it is that situation, or is it just somebody that you really had a connection with, that you talked to and had deep conversations with. The reason that y'all had that conversation, the reason y'all had that connection was for a lesson.
Yeah.
If there was something that was there, it should still be there. But the fact that it's gone, take that as a lesson.
Yeah. And I know you want to get in, Ty.
No, go ahead.
But to answer the other part of it, like with the significant other, like you, first of all, some stuff it should be left within the family.
Yeah.
It shouldn't reach a significant other. Although, you know, you might confide in that person. It's just certain things that are like freshly going on.
Yeah.
You don't have the answers to, so you can't pull them into it as well.
You can't.
But now if you do, and they turn on you, like what you said, then now you got to reevaluate that relationship. Maybe you shouldn't be with that person, you know, because clearly it's affecting you.
Clearly.
And you need some sort of solace and comfort. If you're not willing to be that, then now I'm wasting my time with you.
Because if you said it, like you said it for yourself, if you're that person that everybody comes to and you acting accordingly, what you see is right, and that is being neutral, which I feel like is the best option, because you can't jump on anybody's side when it comes to like that, because it's A and B, because it's A and B. It's always going to be somebody neutral, and that person is doing exactly what a person's supposed to do, getting both sides of the story and having everybody come to an agreement. Right. Yeah, some person might think it's one way and the other person think it's the other way, but at the end of the day, we all got to come to an agreement and still stick together at the same time.
Right, and that's a test. That's a test of the relationship that you got with that significant other. Yeah. This is a test. Can you hold me down in this time? And the fact that you would turn on me in this time, now I got to look at you a certain, can I trust you? If I can't trust you with this right here, the higher you go up, there's going to be bigger problems though. So the higher you go up, there's going to be bigger problems. If I can't trust you down here,
right,
what makes you think I'm going to be able to trust you up there? You know?
Go ahead,
yeah, so. One of the points that you guys made about this is that, you know, as a leader of the family, trying to gauge a situation. Trust me, if you are regarded as the leader, every bit of information that you give, you're going to be faced with it. You're going to be faced with every piece of advice that you give out, and you're going to have to look in your own mirror and take and swallow the advice that you're giving. Because every leader finds himself in a corner to where now everything that he said is now staring right back at him in the face, and now
you got to do what you said.
You got to do what you said.
Definitely.
Because if you don't do what you said, how are you going to tell somebody else to believe what you don't believe? I mean, look, it's just like a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
If they didn't go to school, right, how can they tell you to study when they didn't? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the same concept. When you're a leader, be ready to really take in all of the information and do what you said or gave the advice to do. And then on the other side of that, look, in a relationship, if you're in a relationship, you must evidently trust that person. Now, to be able to tell somebody, like, I'll say this, and I'm not, a chauvinist whatsoever. I am a husband now, almost 16 years.
Yeah.
If there are some things, there's some information that, and I say it publicly, there's some information that I withhold from my wife because I'm the protector. If I tell her now, she got to be faced with this in her mind, and she got to be looking at other people all cockeyed.
Right.
When I'm the man that carries the burden of the family. Now, I know that I can't carry everything by myself. That's ignorant.
Yeah.
Right.
But as the man, you're going to have to be able to shield your family from information that is too sensitive for their eyes, ears. Their five senses.
Yeah.
You have to be able to protect them. Safeguard them.
Yeah.
There is no, look, a lot of men, and I heard one guy say before, I'm going to say this, I'm going to stop because I know y'all right in the heart of it. There was a guy, he said, man, I tell my wife everything. I said, well, you a dummy. Because what you're going to have, women are emotional. And I'm not saying this to throw off. Women are emotional. They use the emotional side to now get done what they need to get done. Men, we're supposed to be
Rational.
planners and rational. And so when you are in your rightful place, now you don't have to get out of your place and depend on somebody else when that's not their place. Y'all get what I'm saying? Here it is. As a woman makes emotional, irrational decisions because her emotions are riled up. Why do you think tires are slashed? Why do you think windows are busted? Why do you think matter of fact, for sake of time, Elena Bobbitt?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Irrational decisions.
Yeah.
Because of emotions.
Yeah.
Okay? And so you have to be rational in your thinking to now rise up above that emotional roller coaster. But if you don't have God, then you just gonna be an emotional wreck.
I think for one, you gotta also, if you trying to be in a relationship, you gotta know how to be a leader. Yeah. Because for one, I think now for like getting into a serious relationship, you have to know, you got to have the leader traits. Because if you don't, you're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be stuck trying to depend on one another, and both of y'all is gonna ask the same question: what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What's the next move?
I know my wife is looking. She said not all the time and not all women. I didn't say all women. I said the majority of women.
Yeah.
The majority of women are emotional.
Yeah.
And I understand. I understand her point.
Yeah.
Because there are some strong women out there. But the amount of not so strong women outweigh the strong women.
Yeah.
And so, it's this roller coaster thing that is unbalanced.
Yeah.
It really is. It's unbalanced. And now you have women raised men that now think like a woman. And again, I don't want to get into all of that because that's a whole nother discussion for a whole nother time.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it throws the plan of life off to where now there's so much imbalance. That's why there's chaos in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you was talking about family demons.
Yeah.
And I say for something like that, it's a time to come together, not a time to divide.
Right.
for one, some people resolve things by throwing hands and then they come together afterwards because we already fought. All right, I'm done with that now. Let's stick to being family and everything. You ain't gonna forget what they did to you. I ain't saying forget, but it's a time to forgive. Whichever way you feel is good.
Mhm.
You know. And I ain't saying you don't have to do it violently.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's for you.
So would it be wise for the family to seek therapy?
Yeah. Because I say that all the time. Because I say that all the time.
Counseling, therapy, yeah.
Therapy. And some of us, and I know us as Black people, we say therapy. We ain't finna. I don't want to sit up here and talk to somebody.
Crazy.
No, it's not even that. It's the fact that they don't want to sit up and talk to a stranger. But 9 times out of 10, you do that at work. You do that when you passing through Walmart or something. You have a contact with a stranger.
Yeah.
You might not have a whole conversation with them, but you have contact with strangers. So everybody has this thing like they really antisocial, and it becomes a trend.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, we're not antisocial. Point exactly, the pandemic. It definitely showed that we're not antisocial.
Mm-hmm. And people got creative too.
Right.
Learn how to do things.
So
yeah.
But yeah, that's what I say for family demons, man.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks on family demons?
Man, whatever it is,
just on family demons. A
on
lot of people
family
think that
demons,
we're closing out.
you can always look. People can come back from a lot of things. You can come back.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on, do you want them to come back? Do you want to be whole again?
Yeah.
You know, do you want the family to be together? It really just comes down to a yes or no.
Mm-hmm.
And most people believe that if the answer is no, and that they'll be okay. And I feel like you can be forgiven for anything. God forgives us. Why you can't forgive?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. What you think?
Man, I think everybody has some sort of family demon because nobody's family is perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a matter of how you handle it.
Yeah,
definitely.
You handle it in a demonic way, then you're just gonna have more chaos.
Yeah.
But if you handle it in a more godly way, you take the godly approach, then Keys is right. You can come back and be closer than ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's the other topic that you brought up too?
Masculine women.
Masculine women.
Masculine women.
Okay.
Okay.
I know the prompt gonna come up too because I saw the other one where it said.
Before we get into that, y'all want to go on break? Y'all want to take a break?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
Let's take a break, man.
We're gonna go ahead and take this break. We'll see y'all in a few.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
And I'm Jackie Roper Jr.
Look, this Junior, man.
Junior, baby.
Hey, let's get it. What we're coming to you today is talking about marketing and advertising. Look, Foxland Marketing is at your service for all of your podcasting, marketing, and advertising needs. Look, contact us at the number below. You won't regret it.
We got two numbers. We got a 219 number and we got a 317 number. If you need to talk to Tyrone Brown for the Gary, Indiana area, please reach out to him. This is a partnership that we are working from Gary to Indianapolis to develop small businesses, to make sure that we can get y'all creative marketing and small business development going. Podcasts, all of that, man. Whatever you got going, talk to us, let us know. We got a great following. We are trying to build together to where everybody friends become friends, to where you can reach out to the masses.
Definitely. So you don't want to miss. Look, Foxland Marketing and the Life Show, we about to go up. My name is Tyrone Brown Jr.
And I'm Jackie Roper Jr.
Look, keep it locked. Stay consistent.
Here we come, baby.
That was good.
That was a good one.
back.
Yeah, we back. We back.
All right, so I know we had the topic.
Masculine women.
Talking about masculine women. So look, today me and my brother we had breakfast with our uncle.
Yeah.
Shout out to our uncle.
Yeah.
Shout out to our uncle. And so we were talking about, women and dating and marriage as well too.
Yeah.
And we got to the subject where women. We were talking about Kevin Samuels. Talk about Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we were saying
shout
how
out Kevin Samuels.
right, shout out Kevin Samuels. We were saying like how most
he keeps it up front, so I can say shout out.
we were talking about. I forgot what we were talking about, but it was something that Kevin Samuels was addressing, and I was telling my uncle, Kevin Samuels is right about most of the stuff he's saying. He's right. And then it got to the subject on independent women and them wanting to play the male role.
Yeah.
And what did he say? How did he put it?
That's the most evilest thing ever.
Well, it was fast, so I didn't really catch what he said.
Okay, but it was along the lines of how some women nowadays they get to the point where they're so independent that there's no room for a man whatsoever. Only for smashing purposes. That's it. But other than that, there's no room for a man, and it's like it makes it hard. It makes it hard for dating nowadays because it's like I want to see where I can fit in this equation, but you doing everything and you're not allowing me to be the man that I am. So, Wiz, how do you feel about that?
For one, I feel like I already know the reflection that a woman would say is that because men are not stepping up to take over that role of being like we said earlier, the leader. So with that, a woman feels like she has no choice but to take on the masculine role. But the thing is, you have to give up the eyes for us.
You got to give up the what?
The eyes for us.
What does that mean?
See, because with the thing about being independent.
Oh, you talking about independence?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Because we also talked about independence, and independence is something about women that's coming off as being masculine. So, what I mean by saying you got to give up the eyes for us, and when you in a relationship, there is no more. I have to make a decision. It's we have to make a decision. Of course, you can take the leadership role, but at the end of the day, it's how you got to be willing to let your man take the role of the leader.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're not seeing that, they're taking it up on themselves to fill in that role. The thing is, they have a problem with giving it up once there's a man who's willing to take that role.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like I get it. They in their previous relationships, yes, they had to be, unfortunately, the man and the woman.
Yeah.
Because they didn't really have a man. But once you do have a man, who's willing to step up and be that man, you have to relinquish that role now. You got to go back down to your position, which is the woman. And some females, like you said, are not willing to do that. And that makes it frustrating because it's like, okay, I'm trying to show you something different, and I'm trying to show you that, hey, you actually got a dude, you got a man, but you have to allow me to be who I am, which is a man. I don't need you doing both roles. I don't need you to be super hardcore. That's my job. Your job is to be nurturing and caring.
A woman's role is not behind nor beneath.
Right.
A woman's role is right beside.
Right beside.
Yeah.
And it's not that a woman has to get back down to her role. And I knew what you were saying, but I wanted to clarify it.
Right, yeah.
So that if anybody's listening, they won't misunderstand.
Yeah, I ain't talking about be a slave. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But I'm saying,
With a woman, her role is next to her man.
Yes.
Now God has put the man in charge and responsible for what goes on in the house.
Yes.
And yes, that man can lend credence to that woman's ideas, because if you know the role of a woman, she is when the Bible talks about that God took the rib out of a man and then formed woman, or shaped woman. He really took his time with her. But see, what is the rib's job? You have to understand anatomy. The rib's job is to protect all of the internal organs. Now that right there, that's that thing right there. God knew what he was doing, because while the man is protecting the woman is protecting the man. That's how they work.
Yeah.
Man, I'm done. I just interject.
Wait, what was the question?
Actually, I
Masculine women.
I ain't gonna lie.
Man, all right, what was the question again?
Masculine women.
Masculine women. We're talking about masculine women.
All right. I think a lot of it is influenced by pop culture. We have artists that do music and that make songs that are on a mainstream level. And so there's subliminals, and and they're looked at as role models. And so whatever they talk about and say in their songs, the consumer is gonna do. So they're gonna do it. Then too, what?
I gotta let you finish your complete thought.
So when we look at Kevin Samuels is spot on with a lot of things.
He is spot on, but women don't like it.
And they don't like it because...
But it be the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, but then too, this is the thing. A lot of the women that go on his platform are either divorced multiple times over. A lot of them are arrogant.
Yes.
A lot of them have a level of hubris about them that's really unattractive.
Can you explain what that word means?
Hubris is arrogance on a higher level.
Absolutely.
Arrogance on the highest level.
Absolutely.
So, I think a lot of and then too, like everybody is on the playground. But when do you say, okay, I'm done playing on the playground, it's time for me to handle business?
Yeah. That's an internal question.
And I believe a lot of women have dealt with guys that don't want to leave the playground. So
hold on.
They don't want to leave the playground. They playing too much.
Elaborate that one. Elaborate that one. Hey, say what you.
When you're on the playground,
right?
You're not thinking like, okay, it's time to get serious. It's time to do this and that and the third. It's time to like really plan for down the line. Yeah. You're not thinking about it. You too busy playing.
But
so
wouldn't that be her fault though? Because you chose that dude. Wouldn't that be on her?
But here's the thing.
You said to this relationship, so wouldn't that be on her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Both people are capable of making a choice.
You're right. So that's a notch. That's two notches against him because he still want to play around. You a dude and you still playing. It's time out for that playing. But that's a notch against her. You chose this dude.
Yeah.
But how does she know who to pick when she ain't had a very good example?
Right.
Go inside the school.
Huh?
You got to go in. At some point, you got to go into school.
What school?
You never been.
That's what I'm talking about.
Elaborate.
She ain't had no daddy.
Right.
Her mama boyfriends beat on her.
Right.
Who she gonna learn from? That's how the world works. That's why it's chaos.
Wait a minute, but we can't give a pass to the ones who actually had a father
I agree.
in the house,
Yeah.
and you still choose these other type elements.
That's because that's what they like.
Real quick. Hey, shout out to the guy who's doing all of these messages on here that's popping up. The definition of hubris right here. So shout out to him.
Wait, so we got the
You
definition.
just put the definition
What?
of hubris on here.
Wait a
Look.
minute.
Man.
Shout out Fox Glen Marketing, man.
Yeah, man.
We on the
Yeah.
rise.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, shout out to them.
hey, shout out to them because I seen. I was like, somebody put the
Wait, you see
definition
that?
of hubris on that. He just put
He
it.
just put it
He
up.
put it on there.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Well, it should be there.
yeah. He'll
Yeah,
probably
it is. It's
pop it back up. But yeah. Tell you what you were saying.
Man, but you know, when you so used to doing certain things a certain way, you get set in that way and you don't want to change.
We got a shout out to Nikki. She's just
Hi, Nikki.
What's up,
but
Nikki?
She made a comment. She was like, "But I also believe that men think they are acting like men, but the thought doesn't match the action."
Yeah.
But
That's true.
That's accurate.
That's true. But again, you still chose that man. Like, it's all about choices. You chose this dude.
see, there go definition of hubris.
Wait, I see
You
you.
put it right there. But
they seeing new toys, y'all.
Man.
Oh yeah, Hubers right there.
I'm sorry, we ain't new to this. We just true to this. You
Shout
know.
out to Fox Glen Marketing.
Fox
Glen Marketing.
Stephanie writes, just because the dad was in the household doesn't mean the father was involved in her life. Yeah, that's true, Steph. That's true. But still, we ain't about to give a pass to the ones who actually had a dad and who was active in that girl's life, and you still choose to deal with knuckleheads. We ain't about to give you a pass. No.
Yeah,
You had a good example. That's on you. Because you choosing pain and suffering. That's on you.
So what you mean by good example?
That man told you, well, first of all, he was an example of the type of men that you should date and that you should marry. By being responsible, by taking care of the household.
Right.
You know, by treating his wife
Right.
like she should be treated.
Right.
But you like, no, I don't want that. I don't want this guy who gonna dog me, who gonna call me out my name.
Again,
Here's what
I feel like I feel like pop culture has influenced that.
And I
To be like that
I don't
today.
like that.
Y'all
I
got
really
more
don't.
messages.
Yeah, we got
more messages. All right, go ahead with this.
Stephanie said, just because, yeah, all right, sure, said that. No. Nikki said, but y'all still choose the woman that y'all choose, and here we are. At the end of the,
I mean, you're right. You're right. We do, but still,
we still hold ourselves accountable to that and learn from our mistakes.
Right.
Mhm.
The women want to blame us for like being, terrible men and talking about some ain't no good men out here. Well, you ain't looking in the right places. Well, first of all, it's our job to go find you, not your job to find us.
See, look, we got the comments pouring in. We got Bree. What up? What up, Bree?
What's going on,
Bree?
Yeah,
Hey.
we got Goat T Bibbs up in here.
What's good, bitch?
What's up? He said, I feel like some women like being disrespected.
That's true. That is a fact.
Yeah,
that is a fact.
That is true.
Some women
That's
do
true.
like that.
Yeah.
I am a living witness to that. I dealt with a chick before that I tried to be good to her. I was like, hey, I opened the door for her, this, that, and the third, chivalry, all that.
Mhm.
She did not like that. But the moment I started dogging her, now you want to start showing some love and whatnot. I'm like, this is backwards as hell. Like, real talk.
Mm-hmm.
But no, that's true. Some women do like that.
And Nikki also said this is a heavy masculine. Okay, but the thing
What did she say?
A heavy masculine panel.
Mhm.
She said this is a heavy masculine panel.
Well, tell her to come on in the studio the next
Right.
time.
I mean, yeah, the door's always open. Door's always open for conversation. But at the end of the day, it's about accountability, and it's about who the men taking accountability for what mistakes they make, and the woman taking accountability for what they the mistakes that they make. At the end of the day, it's a lesson that has to be learned every day.
Well, I'm like this. Just make better choices. All right, you dealt with a dog before. Cool. Your next guy shouldn't be no dog. If this is a repeat pattern, then maybe that's what you like.
Probably you, yeah.
That's what you like. Let's be
probably
real.
you, yeah.
You like this type of element. Ain't no excuse for that. You like being dogs.
Goatee just said nice guys finish last, right?
Not true.
In some instances, yes. No, it's
Not true.
In some instances, yes. In some instances,
I think he's gonna say that's right.
Not true.
He's not an example of that because he's married.
Yeah, brother. Because I'm a nice dude, man. And
Yeah.
look, I did not finish last. My wife is the creme de la creme, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that because she may be listening or viewing. Man, when I tell you, man, we've been through some things. Man, me and my wife have been involved for well over 20 years. And again, you're going to have your ups and downs. But are you willing to fight with that man or that woman to really build your empire?
Right.
Yeah.
Not fight with them, but fight with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we want to fight against them. That's what it is. We want to fight against them instead of join together with them in the fight.
Right.
That's the thing. Ain't nobody trying to do that no more, Ty. That's the element that, unfortunately, our generation got to deal with.
But
we don't have
fault
to
is that?
But we don't have to be at that though.
Who fault is that?
It's both parties.
But now you can correct that as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? That's what parents are for. So now we got to get back to the lazy parents that not doing their job to really create that atmosphere of knowledge.
And here's what I want to eliminate right now, because I see the comment jumping in.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is speaking from a woman's perspective. That's one thing. This is why I like having these conversations, because a lot of times some people get the message wrong, and I like that we can clear that. We could clear the air like that. We're not speaking for women at all.
Right, we're speaking from a man's perspective.
Yeah,
exactly.
Just based off our experiences.
Yeah. And if there's something that you want to say about this, the door is always open.
Right,
it's always always open
Mm-hmm.
for a friendly.
We always looking for
friendly conversation. You know,
Absolutely.
it's a friendly conversation, but at the same time, it's a conversation that needs to be held at the end of the day. You know, so it's not at all speaking from a woman's perspective, because we know that we're not women.
Right.
So,
exactly.
but back to what I was saying. At the end of the day, you know, it's all good. It's all good unless you know what you want in a relationship. You know, but for masculine women, and this is what we're seeing, and this is what we get 100% of the time.
We invite women to the show, man.
Yeah.
We invite them to come and sit on the panel.
Yeah,
to
come on down.
To express.
And it's not
express.
And it's not even bashing.
And it's not bashing.
So
Don't
that's
take
right.
it
Right.
as
I don't
bashing.
want nobody leaving here thinking that that we bashing women.
No.
And most of the time that the message gets wrong because they see only us three in here, and they think, because of the topic we talking about, we're bashing the.
Because guaranteed, y'all be having y'all little talks too, and y'all talk about stuff that y'all don't like about us.
But at the end of the day, we're not bashing.
We ain't bashing. We just speaking off of experience of what we see going on as men.
So
that's it.
So it's not us talking like we are women. It's us talking from what we see and what our experience is. I'm not finna say who we said that. I'm not. No, we ain't. No. At the end of the day, we say how we just say how we feel, what experience that we went through, and say it on here just so everybody else can get
y'all really need to have a women's panel to really combat what y'all talking about.
Exactly.
The door is open. Y'all want to come through,
and don't come with a competitive mindset, because at the end of the day, this is an open conversation.
Don't show up.
We're not finna compete and argue with you.
Right. Don't show up with the confrontation.
It's gonna be a conversation had, but at the end of the day, it's not who's the loudest and who makes the best point. At the end of the day, it's an open conversation.
Right. It's not a confrontational thing. Like, don't come with the mindset of, I'm going to confront these guys because they said something before and I really didn't like it. No, let's have a healthy conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's fair. And so
And it's all about who you want in your life. You know, when it comes to that, if we talking about
Read Nikki.
She gonna be there. And Nikki, come on down.
Hey,
Come on
that's
down.
what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Personal.
Bring yourself in.
We
Right.
need 2 other people.
Right.
That's one
Right.
person. We need 2 other
We need some.
Yeah,
other
we need
people.
2 other people.
So anybody, you know, if you down to have these type of conversations, you know, feel free to step in with us. We ain't talking about no. It's not, and like I said, it's not no competition. It's an open conversation. At the end of the day, you know, you say what you say, I say what I say.
Let's meet in the middle.
Let's meet in the middle.
Nah, there's some things we ain't gonna meet in the middle.
And if we don't meet in the middle, that's still fine. At least the conversation was had.
I was just gonna say,
yeah.
I was just
You know.
gonna say, men and women view the world differently anyway. So
Mhm.
there's certain things that I feel like
Nikki said I could act as 5.
I agree with her.
Hey, make sure y'all. We forgot to mention this. Make sure y'all like and share this.
Yeah.
We
Hey, share this live.
Since all y'all making these comments right
Yeah,
now,
share the
like
live,
and
share the
share
live.
this.
Share
I
the
need a
live.
lot of likes and share.
Maybe y'all can be on the next show.
Right.
How about that?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Place your order right now.
Maybe Nikki will come in here and just, fuel all the women, and then it'd be the
Absolutely.
women's turn
Absolutely.
to bring their view.
Yeah.
How about that?
That'd be cool. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Come on, Nikki, bring it on in, girl.
That'd be
Yeah.
dope. That'd be
Yeah,
dope.
so-
Masculine women, man. Masculine. Now, listen. I also brought up this while talking to my uncle this morning. I was telling him, and I know this is gonna be controversial, and this is gonna piss a lot of people off, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway because I don't care. I was saying, because we were talking about marriage and everything, and my uncle's marriage and stuff like that, and I was saying like, because we got talking about interracial dating or something like that.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I was telling him, I was like, in my opinion, the reason why a lot of black men are starting to go over to the white side,
Not even that.
Huh?
Not even just white.
well, whatever,
Not just white.
not white
just
or whatever, anything,
Not
other
just white people.
right, any other race other than their own, is because their culture teaches their daughters to be wives, whereas with us, it's like it's like a disconnect. Like we don't really too much teach that in our family. Either the father is removed from the household, and so the mother is acting as the mother and father. So it's like little girls see that, and they like, man, mama holding it down. She my mama and daddy, so I can do the same thing. I don't need no man for nothing. I got my kids. I'm your mother and father, and that's just that.
That's bad, man. That's bad.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't need a man.
So right, I don't need no
I
man.
don't need a man.
Other than
Alright,
just
cool.
a smash.
Hey.
That's it. And some women don't even need a man for that.
And what I don't like though, and what I don't like
So
is when you made that statement, what I don't like is women that say, oh, y'all do the same thing to us. One thing that we not finna do is no tit for tat. Anything you can do, I can do better.
like,
Type
we
of
do the
thing.
same thing.
Because the whole, oh, y'all just down to smash and that's it. Because it's a lot, because it's women that's claiming that, oh, because we're doing it back to y'all feelings is hurt. But at the end of the day, you seen that it was wrong. So that's something that both ends need to stop doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we talking about just smashing the smash.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in other cultures, from little girls, they teach their little girls to be wives. They teach their little girls to submit to your husband, and be his helpmate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Be his equal.
Be his equal.
Be his equal.
Whereas it's the opposite over here. It's like we going against each other.
It's a competition.
Right. It's a competition.
Instead of a relationship.
Right. It's a competition thing. And it's like we got to stop doing that.
Everything is competition. And then you know what? It's more prevalent in African American people because not only are we competing with other races, but now we're competing with our own race.
Exactly.
And now we're competing with other women.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's almost triple or quadruple, the competition now instead of a relationship
Right.
that's gonna, work as one.
So it's like, man, look, we supposed to be a team here. We supposed to be one. We supposed to get through life together. Don't be going at me.
Mm-hmm.
Just run down the court with me, and we can win the title.
Right.
Run.
Pass you the ball.
I'm gonna pass you the ball. You pass me the ball, and let's win this ring. Let's get this title.
Yeah, y'all like that.
Nikki got another comment.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Read the comment.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna let Keys do
All
it
right.
this time.
She says, first, men don't love their women like Christ loved the church.
Come on, man.
In most instances,
there's more to that
instances,
scripture.
she's right.
And she said there's more to the scriptures.
In most instances, she's right.
That's some. Not you. Still got good men who do love the women.
I agree, but you heard what I said. Is in most instances she's right because the men don't have men in their lives to teach them.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
That's
I ain't
true.
knocking that. But
So it's got to be a point of communication that needs to be had on how to accept and nurture a woman, just like a woman should learn how to nurture a man, accept and nurture a man in their life to make sure the relationship thrives.
Yeah.
right, and like I said, teamwork make the dream work. Look, we together now. It ain't no you doing everything and I got to figure out where I fit in, or I'm doing everything and you trying to figure out where you fit. No, we got to come together and get through this thing together. Other than that, like, we just wasting time. I might as well just go ahead and go to Becky with the good hair. Because she going to treat me right. She going to treat me right. Hey, listen. Also, look. This goes for both men and women. Look, if you're in a relationship, you better make sure that you stay on your P's and Q's because guaranteed your replacement is waiting. Your replacement is waiting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Isn't that kind of what's going on with
same men and women?
Replacement is waiting. You better step up.
It's both men and women.
I said both men and women. If you ain't doing what you're supposed to do in your relationship and making sure that you take care of your business, that goes for both male and female.
Listen.
Your replacement is waiting.
The cleanup man is in the house.
The
Cleanup woman.
maintenance man.
The maintenance man and the cleanup woman are both in the
Mhm.
house, and guaranteed there's somebody close, and he's just waiting for you to slip.
Mhm.
He or she, they waiting for you to slip.
Yeah, because Willie D said that in.
Man, I'm telling you.
Willie D said that in
They waiting
cleanup
for you
man.
to slip.
If you don't take care of your business, somebody else will.
Absolutely.
So
But
Man.
so it's a point where both communication needs to be set, and there's an actual understanding on both ends.
yeah,
And for that, it got to start with you getting educated outside before you even start a relationship. But most people don't even want to take the time to get advice from people. They always want to just, all right, I'm going to just be by myself. I'm going to be lonely because understanding women is hard. Understanding men is hard. So I'm going to just be me. I'm going to raise my child the way I see fit.
Sometimes we make things. Man, I gotta throw this out here too, man. 'Cause I was talking to my cousin about this. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm ranting right now.
okay, go on.
Look, let's not make things complicated, okay? Sometimes things really are as simple as 1, 2, 3. If I'm telling you what I want,
Some things
One,
are simple.
two-
That's 1, 2, 3.
it is. It's just as simple as 1, 2, 3.
But he said something. So
If I'm telling you, hey, when we go to bed, I don't like it when you leave the TV on. Why would you consistently leave the TV on? I told you I don't like that. Or, hey, I don't like it when
The toilet seat is up.
the toilet seat is up. Or I don't like it if we late everywhere. If I'm telling you this, why are we doing it? Why are you doing it? I'm telling you what I don't.
You don't like to be late, huh?
No, I was just using that for example. I was just using that for example. Well, I'm just saying, look, it's not hard. It's not hard. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not hard. It's really not.
You don't
hard.
want to be late? Huh? Okay.
It's really not. Hard. We making this thing harder than it ain't. Look, life is already complicated. Let's not make it even more complicated, please.
Yeah.
Certain idiosyncrasies.
Idiosyncrasies.
Yeah.
You better elaborate on that. So
You know, just the little things like y'all living together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just the likes and dislikes. Like I said, leaving you know, you got a woman in the house.
Just put it down.
Put it down.
It don't take you all but what, half a second to do that.
Right. Just put it down. You know, the garbage got to be taken out every day.
Take it out. Why are we making this hard? It's not hard.
Yeah, so it's about compromisation.
You're supposed to take the garbage out.
It's about compromisation.
We both can take it out. Matter of fact, after we take it out, let's go for a walk. You know?
Hey.
No, because my cousin was like, we was just talking about, you know, how dating is set up nowadays. He was like,
how's dating set up? Go ahead.
You gotta have a certain amount of money to get with that person.
It's complicated, man. That's what I'm saying. It's complicated because we're making things harder than what it has to be.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't have to be hard.
But and I'm not making no excuse. I'm just saying what the devil's advocate would say. So a lot of people would say they used to the norm. So switching up and compromising and all that and making sacrifices internally is something that they can't fight. They can't, fight against.
You can't fight against making sacrifices and making a compromise.
That's how.
But you call yourself trying to be in a relationship with somebody.
That's how some people.
So that's stupid.
That's why I say. And that's what I say. You're not ready for a relationship.
Right. That's dumb.
And you have to be willing to share.
And that's why I also brought up the topic last Thursday. Are you going to be mentally ready for a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and they got to be
it ain't about you no more. It's about
they got to be able to choose. Do you want just sex or do you want a relationship?
Hey, exactly.
That's what it is.
If you just want to smash, cool. Just say that. Just say that.
No, will come with that, but yeah, just say that.
Just say that. Hey, I just want to smash.
Because soul size come with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
check
that's
it out.
what I mean.
But check it out though. After you get done smashing, don't you dare ask that question. What we doing?
And don't ask me.
Dare ask that question
because you said you just want to smash. So I'm gonna treat you just like what you said.
Y'all
you just
in that bed.
Smash.
Yes, that's all you are. Y'all call me talk about when we going out because we are not going out. I'm gonna just call you when I want to release. That's it.
And that's for both ends.
That's it. That's it.
That's for both ends.
Smash.
That's it.
What I mean by that, that's for men and women.
Listen, you gotta know your role, sweetheart. You gotta know your role.
Sweetheart.
Know your role. You're not my girl. You just my plaything. That's up. That's it. I'm just running around with you.
Look.
And I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna say this. This is why I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say on this because I was in that type of thing where it was just, and I told y'all this before. I was in that type of situation where both of us was just in it just to get the box, and then you call your Uber and you gone.
Smash.
But it's a certain level where I was just like, and this is why I'm saying this too. It was a certain level where I felt wrong with doing it because I felt like we're not. Because when I'm with somebody hard, and that was because we had a relationship before it came to that.
So wait, you were together with this person
at one point.
Then it just turned into we just smashing.
Mm-hmm.
Still, why do you feel like you're wrong? Y'all had an agreement.
I didn't feel like I was wrong. I felt like what we was doing was wrong.
I get it. I understand.
Yeah.
But why? If you both have an agreement.
Oh, here come my mama.
Uh-oh.
But no, I'm gonna still say what I'm gonna say though, because she was there with me when I was going through something like this. Because it was a fact where she would just come over, we do the do, and then she'll leave out.
Do it.
Okay. And then there was a point where I was like, she said something to me where she was like, I just like doing this because I know it makes you happy.
Ooh.
Oh.
Pump your brakes.
So it was a point where I went like, if we not together.
So she only doing it just to make you happy.
Yes. Right. See.
Now I understand.
Crickets now, right?
Now I understand.
But it's a point where
Well, then isn't that?
Wait, let me finish.
Okay,
Please don't before you say yours. All right, so it was a point where I felt like, man, I need to get out before it gets too emotional, where it was something where I couldn't handle it no more.
Yeah.
So I ended up saying like, stop coming over. Like I don't want you coming over the house no more and everything. I gotta protect my sanity and everything because I don't want to I felt myself turning into somebody that I didn't want to be, and I felt like I knew internally that wasn't me. So that's why I told her stop coming over and everything. And yeah, she took it into an extreme way and everything. Words was being exchanged and all that, and rumors was spread about me that everybody came to me about, and I ended up concluding about it. And my name was clear, but at the end of the day, I knew this was something that I didn't want to hinder on my mentality.
Yeah,
I ended up turning into that, and why I ended up turning into a dude that just wanted to smash and not really want to have a relationship.
Look, I think
It'll turn your mentality. It will.
Because
when you in that type, then you think you dominate.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get used to dominating, that's how you gonna want to.
That's how you want to be.
That's how you
want to
live the rest of your life. Just dominate. You don't care nothing about no feelings or nothing like that. So I get what you're saying, Wiz,
I get what you're saying.
It's true.
I get what you're saying too, but at the same token, you know what she did? She somewhat manipulated you.
How?
She used sex to get you to come back to a relationship.
What relationship? They were just married.
He said they were in a relationship beforehand.
Y'all was.
Yeah, I said that we wasn't.
So she was using that as a gateway to get back to that.
But the fact that I closed the door on it?
No. It's the fact that she made the statement. I'm only doing this to make you happy.
Okay, at the end of the day,
that's deep thinking right there.
That is
because if she didn't somewhat care about you,
exactly. So
that would have never been a conversation.
She knew you wanted to do that, and she wanted to stay connected to you in a close way. So she used sex to try to get you to get back into that relationship mode.
Yeah, she used sex to try to get you to stay.
Yeah, dude.
I don't get it because I said I end up going like, no, I don't even want this no more.
But
all that.
But
so,
Wiz,
I don't get it though.
You gotta understand, like the statement that she made. I'm doing this to make you happy. That means she really didn't want to do it, but she's doing it because she knows it's gonna make you happy.
Only people that care about somebody else is gonna think like that.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't care nothing about you, why?
She wanted you, dude. And
but because you didn't feel comfortable,
right?
That's why you was like, no,
right?
And she didn't want to.
And
she didn't want to pursue it,
and that's why she spazzed on you because you cut it off.
Yeah,
because that was her chance of getting you back.
Yeah.
That's why she spazzed.
Because I'm gonna say this too. Because I feel like y'all digging into my life, but I don't care. But the fact is,
we got comments.
Hold on. We got some comments real quick before I say what I say. My mom was like, she ain't gonna say anything. Stephanie said, not even gonna say anything on this one. And my mom was like, yes. So I think she was agreeing to what one of y'all said. Okay. Mm-hmm. Nikki was also saying that's a deep level of care.
Yep.
Yeah. Stephanie also said, I even caught on what Jay said. And my mom was like, just like a manipulative man. And my Nikki also said she wants an emotional connection, but she knew she could at least have you on a sexual level.
Yeah,
she wants to stay connected to you.
Yeah.
And like I said, she used her body to try to get you back into a relationship aspect.
But it didn't work.
So
that's
what I'm saying. She manipulated you.
Well, in a way, but at the end of
the day, ain't no in a way. She did.
That was still in a way because she still didn't get what she wanted.
She did.
like,
Well, she didn't
For a
get
the
little
plan
bit,
of
for a little while.
okay, yeah,
For a
for a
while,
little
yeah.
while, but at the end of the day, the end goal was to get back into a relationship with me,
Yeah,
which
she
didn't
didn't
work.
get that.
That's why I say exchange of words was
Tables
made and everything.
turned.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
It backfired on her.
yeah, but you know,
She
like
got
that's
mad.
what I mean about the whole, just smashing and going on about your way and everything. Because at the end of the day, it can hinder your thought process, even if there was a plan under it that the woman was trying to make.
I mean, it can. Anytime you smashing somebody on a regular, no is gonna hinder your thought process. It's
I
gonna.
mean, because
That's a special.
sex is not just physical;
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
it's spiritual too.
Yeah, I know.
And people keep on thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna just smash that and keep on moving." You don't know you carrying around baggage of everybody that you done smashed. Everybody.
Man.
So you carry around bodies and you wondering why your mentality messed up.
Man,
Yeah.
if your body count is like up there,
Skyrocketing.
Man!
you just
Man!
you a graveyard. You a whole graveyard. You
Hey,
got
look.
a whole bunch of souls.
Hey, look,
Especially if
Mine's
you're
on-
soul snatcher.
mine's on my hand. My body count is on my hand. What y'all talking about? I don't know what y'all saying.
On your
I'm
hand.
just saying.
My body count is
Hey, look.
is right
Look,
there.
look at here.
Check this out.
Look at
I'm
look
talking about
these.
this. I'm talking about
Look at
this.
these.
I got
That's what I'll be. I can only count
Look at
on my
you.
hand. That's it.
Look here. You got two hands. Use your imagination. Use your imagination.
That's all I'm gonna say on that
Yeah,
though.
I got 4 rings, ladies and gentlemen. 4 rings.
4 rings, huh?
Oh Lord.
Man.
4 rings.
But at the end of the day, man,
I plead the fifth on this.
Yeah, 4 rings.
if it's that situation where it's a man, I don't even think that's right. I'm gonna say personally, a smash and go just because I experienced it is wrong because I'm into more of an actual relationship more than just smashing and going because I've been in that situation and I felt like it wasn't for me.
Somebody smashed you when they went.
What?
Oh,
No, because that's what it sounds like.
It's because I'm gonna tell y'all. All right, then since you want to say it like that, all right. Here's how it was. No. Here's how it was. Whenever I was upset about something, whenever I didn't feel right and everything, she would come. She would come over.
Okay.
And we do the do, and she would leave. It wasn't no long conversation after that. She would leave.
Okay.
And at that point, I asked her the question, "Why do you always come over here and we're not in a relationship?"
Right.
And she said exactly what I told y'all. She do it because it made me feel and made me happy.
Because it made you feel better, yeah.
So it was some point where I felt like I don't think this is right. Because if we're not together, why is you coming over just to smash and all of that just to make me happy and we're not together? So internally, I felt wrong about it because I didn't want to do that no more. Because I didn't want that to continue being my thought process when I end up moving on from her.
Right.
So
you didn't want that to be the solace.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to comment on that, but we got some comments. So
yeah, go ahead.
Nikki says, but I also think if you don't want to be with someone, don't give your body to them.
Yeah.
Giving yourself to someone in such an intimate manner gives the illusion that there's a possibility of being together.
Mm-hmm.
And then your mother wrote, "That's right. You don't use women for your own sexual pleasures.
Right.
Those are your morals."
Right.
Yeah. But that's why I say it's for me. I don't do that because it's not for me.
Right.
Because you start to think deeper than that. Even with that mindset, even if that mindset don't come to you immediately, like it did for me, it's gonna come down the line, and you probably gonna be too far in it to even try to come back from that.
Okay. So you said y'all had this arrangement. I'm gonna call it an arrangement.
No.
Y'all had this arrangement,
Mm-hmm.
and you felt like you were using her for her body.
I just felt like it wasn't right at all.
You felt like it wasn't right.
Yeah, because we just not in a relationship. So what's the like? I didn't like that. Having to constantly, whenever I'm feeling bad, I could call her up and everything. Because let's say I give up that, and I do the next girl like that.
Yeah. You didn't want to become that person.
So she was
Yeah.
she was your own call girl. Like whenever you feeling down about something, you call her up.
No, I ain't. I call her up, then she come over, we do the do, and then she leave. We ain't had no like deep conversation about anything like that. She just come in and do the do, and then she'll leave. And that's when I didn't feel right about it, because I just felt like she was just that physical aspect that I needed to get done. At the end of the day, my mentality was still thinking about the stuff that I was going through.
Yeah.
Oh,
so it was almost
at that time you used sex as an escape. Oh,
right. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
wow.
So it's all a matter. So it was like, because at the end of the day, sex is like a dopamine. It releases your dopamine.
It's a drug.
It's a drug.
It releases your dopamine. So once you get a taste of that, you don't want to be upset no more. So whenever there's somebody that's willing to come in and do it, and I was on board for it for a little while. You know, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like from the start, I was like, this is wrong. I'm going to keep doing it anyway and all that, blah, blah, blah. It was like around the time it started to wear up on my thought process, where it was like, yeah, it happened, but I'm still thinking about what you're going
through. Yeah.
So it was like, I don't want this to be my escape whenever something bad happens.
That's
you didn't want that to be what you used to cope.
Yeah.
That's the equivalent of like somebody turning to alcohol or drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, sex is like releasing your dopamine.
Yeah, you were self-medicating.
Yeah.
But the fact that you actually had a willing participant with that's crazy. That's crazy.
But a lot of people do.
That's crazy.
A lot of people do. Even with sex, with drugs, with alcohol, with it all. You always gonna find somebody. Like misery loves company.
Right.
You always gonna find somebody.
And here's what.
She never had an issue with that.
No, she ain't had no issue with that.
What?
Because she was miserable.
Wow.
And that's and I feel like I was wrong in the aspect of, even my mom was saying that because I was already thinking it. I don't want her to think that's how you gonna keep a dude.
Right.
But maybe she's used to that. That's why she did it.
At the end of the day, at least I gave up on that.
That's good. You did,
because I don't want her to end up going, well, it worked when I was with such and such.
Right.
How come it's not working now? So that's what I mean by that. It'll hinder on your thought process. A lot of guys will go, whatever, man. I'm getting all these females and I'm doing what I can and sending them on their way and all that. But at the end of the day, you don't know that you
damaging
somebody.
Like that, you know.
You not only damaging yourself, you damaging the girl that you with. So yeah. Oh yeah, we I know we got 7 minutes. Yeah. I know we talk about masculinity, but yeah, with that, a lot of avenues come with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But like ending on women's masculinity, at the end of the day, it's got to be a communication route. You got to give up the ass for us, and at the end of the day, the man has to learn for himself to be a leader. Because if you don't be a leader, then it's gonna continue being masculine women in this world.
Yeah.
So for us men, we gotta learn from the elders, like tying the rest of the people who has that mindset of a male leader.
Yeah.
To actually get them traits and then bring them into your family life and aspect. And at the same time, you got to find a woman that's willing to give the reins to you, to allow you to be that. So yeah.
That's good.
That's my closing thoughts on that one.
Yeah.
What y'all say?
Man, we gotta step up like all together. Like, identify yourself first before you can bring anybody else in. You gotta know who you are first and foremost, and be content with who you are.
Right.
And stand in that and own it. And so, yeah.
My closing remarks on that is Kevin Samuels is right. He is right. He is absolutely right. Watch Kevin Samuels, both men and women, because he get on men too.
Yeah.
And he get on how whack we could be, because you're right. We don't be stepping up. Right. We don't step up, and we just leave our women out here to like figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
And to play both roles. So please watch Kevin Samuels.
Mm-hmm.
Watch Kevin Samuels. That's all I'm gonna say.
You can get them 2 ways: Instagram or YouTube.
Absolutely.
No excuse.
But none works like in person, one-on-one conversation.
I say you should call in. Call in. Call in.
What you say? What you say, Ty?
Hey, we got a lot of growing up to do, man. We have to start where we are now, and we can't waste time. We can't waste time. It's enough time wasted, and you know, if we don't start now, our next generation is not gonna survive.
Yeah.
They're gonna kill each other because their world is gonna be filled with hate.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're gonna fall into the hate.
Yeah.
And guess what? We gonna have no world.
Mhm.
That's just the way it's gonna be.
Yeah. So I'm loving that everybody is coming in and making these comments and everything. I'm loving this, man.
Let's say a few before we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we said my mom said she was yeah, I was saying that too. She was a lost young lady who needed some guidance. Hope she don't think that's think that sex will keep a man.
Right.
We got Martin. He's saying go. That's man, who dang. That's the dude that I met up in Lincoln when I was doing some gigs over at Lincoln. We got Stephanie. She said, I do me and do my own thing. I know my lane and I stay in it. That's what I do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I do.
Yeah, but I appreciate everybody coming in.
Yeah, man.
This is cool.
This
Everybody.
live was live.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Y'all was.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's Damo. My bad, Damo. Big Boss Damo, man, for real. I'm sorry.
Shout out Big
Oh,
Boss
yeah.
Damo.
Shout out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I met you at. I'm sorry. I got you confused because you and this other dude got almost the same profile picture. But yeah, Damo, man. Hey, change your name, Damo, man, so I know it's you, bro. But But yeah, I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and
y'all was
and spoke that. Man, I love this.
I
Next Thursday, I need to see y'all here. Next Thursday, even though they might be close to Christmas Eve, I need y'all here.
Yeah.
For real. And yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, with the contribute to y'all father and everything.
Yeah.
I know I had a very good time when he was around here. Like, I love the way that he be playing the bass.
Yeah.
Even when he was DJing, he'll play the bass to a song and everything. And it was awesome, man. He was a great conversationalist, even when we was talking to him on the radio station and off the station and everything. So yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all father and everything. And I know with his teachings, that's him passing on his legacy. And I know with him teaching y'all and y'all teaching others, his legacy is going to continue. Yeah. So that's one thing I appreciate all the time, for real. All day.
Thank you for saying that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. But
that was a blessing, man. And we are so happy to say that the live show had him on.
Yeah.
He was on the live show.
He was on the live show.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Some time ago, but he was on.
Yeah, he was on.
Actually, around this time last year.
Yeah. But with all that being said, make sure y'all follow us on Underground Hittas, Instagram, Facebook, Underground Hittas. Make sure y'all download that Hittas Radio app for Android and iPhone users. Follow the website, undergroundhitters.com. Follow the live show.
The live show
and on all social medias. Shout out Fox for all of this. For all
Fox
these.
Marketing.
Fox Slam Marketing.
Fox Slam Marketing, man, for all of this prompt that's coming up and everything. And people reading everything.
Yeah, thanks for the hubris.
Hubris definition and the pictures that they also had the pictures.
Yeah. Shout out
on your pops and your mom on that too. But shout out to y'all. It's your boy DJ D Wiz. Y'all can follow me on my Instagram at DJ_D_WHIZZ.
Y'all can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DJ Key Product, and go like me on Facebook, DJ Key Product.
At Jay the Diplomat, IG, Facebook, J Way.
And with all that being said, it's your boy DJ D Wiz.
DJ Key Product,
Jay, and we out.
We gone.
Only that was on one.